Hello. I am Animals, the only BLC caster, and I am here to cast some Blyatline Champions Cup from December. So it's like, I mean, this is over a month old now. But oh shit, why isn't it pausing? Okay, that's good. We'll just cover up all of Worm's names. No, okay. So I'm not sure what match this was. This is probably in round 1. I was recording, or I was doing another game before this one. That was like a best of 1. The very first game of the tournament, and I did not hit the record button, and I was like already 70% of the way through it, I think. So I just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna do the next game. I don't want to pretend to cast things that I've already seen. Maybe I should have just done that, but nah, I don't care. So this is between BO4, QO, and Dizzler on the Worm team, playing Reaver, Alchemist, Seeker, and Blood Assassin, Critster, Booze on the Cold team, on the Ranid Assassin, Psychopomp, and Stormcaller. So Ranid Stormcaller is definitely a strong comp. And in the last game, Blood Assassin and Booze were playing Ranid Igniter instead, so it's interesting to see them switch it up. But Reaver Seeker is definitely OP as well. Just I don't know about their synergy, but the fact, like, just what those heroes do individually is strong enough. So yeah, they also, I mean, this is pretty anti-Ranid. Seeker can be anti-Ranid, and he can also die to Ranid, so we'll have to see what happens. No Frost Shard on Blood Assassin though, so that'll be troublesome. There's 2 trances on the other team. A lot of M1s on Blood Assassin Stealth. And Booze spacing in, has to get other side. It already hit up with Deadly Inject and everything. Lands onto Dizzler's trance, explodes on him for a second. Blitz is locked up while Blood Assassin is hit with Deadly Inject. He's going to explode on his own teammates. Good thing that Critster has his Guardian Spirit though. And Best of 4 gets a pull, has Barrier, but doesn't want to use it. Kind of backing off. And Blood Assassin was trying to go for a stun on him. I think they did the space lightning shield onto him as well, so he takes a lot of damage. Goo onto Critster though, and he gets pulled in by Bow 4. Boo's having to space back though, and they actually kill off the Pomp. Double ult from Blood Assassin. Can they play it back? I don't think so. His last stand is proc. He gets hit by Deadly Inject, so he should be dead. No, he has Aegis, but Stormcaller ends up going down a Seeker anyway. He had an ult of his own trying to kill off the Seeker. Would have been a very close playback if they could have succeeded, but they don't end up succeeding this time. They would have had to kill the Alk, I think, and then kite the Reaver. But 1 point for Worm here. Fire Arrow off the mark. Ice Arrow onto Booze. Hailstorm, not going to hit anything. Deadly Inject gets dispelled by Critster. And he gets a stun, I think, onto Dizzler, who's given Barrier. Triple Dart, Toxin Leap onto Dizzler, but he's going to be fine for now. Boo's going to X-Space during that explosion, but Blood Assassin taking a lot of damage. Given other side, now there's no other side for Booze, and he can't really get swapped out either. He's getting body blocked by the Reaver. Starts going for a Vengeful Storm. I think I even saw... Did I see an Arcane Disruptor there? Yeah, it was Critster's, though, so... That was a really nice collapse by Worm right then. Right after the EX space landed, finished from dodging that Deadly Inject, and the Ranid had already needed the other side. There's just nothing left for Booze, other than the swap from Critster, but Bow 4 did a really nice job body blocking the Pomp, making sure the swap couldn't happen. Nice pull onto Booze, he flashes south, and Blood gets leapt on, does get the stun. Breakstone from Bow 4 though. Interesting that he's using that. There's a Frost Shard onto Dizzler during his trance, but he gets a double ult. He must have got the rune there. Meteor almost hits Booze, but he gets knocked out of it. Doesn't matter though, he's still taking a lot of damage. And he's going to end up escaping for now. Huge collapse onto him. Space onto Critster though. Hailstorm comes out, but it's going to be blocked by the parry. Or was it blocked by the... I don't think you can block that with parry, can you? I'm not sure. Stormcaller goes down though. Weaken on the Pomp, leap from Bow. That is like an interesting thing. I'm not sure if Hailstorm is stopped by parry. I think it might be. Oh well, 3-0 for Worm already on map 1. Ice Arrow onto Booze. Triple Dart onto Bow though. He's gonna start kicking back. Stun onto Dizzler. And other side during the frog leaps so he can get the rune. Trance gonna be wasted by Dizzler, and he's just getting gone on by Blood Assassin, but Kritzer's getting gone on by Best of 4. Double ult coming out from Randed though to alleviate some of that pressure, but that's about all it's gonna do unless they can kill Bow here. He's going a little bit too ham. Swap's gonna be dodged though by the Randoder. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think Kritzler just missed his swap slightly, and that would have been massively helpful if he had landed that swap. I think Bow was actually in a lot of trouble. He still might be. He's taking a lot of damage. That swap might have just saved him though. I'm not sure Kritzler wanted to do it exactly then. The swap could have definitely been the move to kill him off, but he wasn't low enough to die to it. So that's going to be the problem with that play right there. And Booze gets hit by a Frost Arrow EX, and he goes down. Kritzler's going to die to the goo. Now it's 4-0. This is quite the stomp of a game. You have to feel for the Ranid in this match. No Frost Shard on him. That's really the big problem. He's a defensive Ranid, and he has his own shield with the Aegis, and then 2 shields from his teammates. But you throw all that on the Ranid, you know, like, what do you really have left? They get a nice open onto Bow this time though. He takes a lot of damage, and he's given barrier, but he's still in for now. Kritzler's taken some damage, but I mean, it's the Pomp. She can get pretty low. It's not going to matter too much. Triple Dart onto Bow. He's trading quite hard with Blood, who needed to pop his Aegis a little bit earlier. Dizzler's going to trance off of that Hailstorm and move forward, but now he's getting gone on by Blood, who does have an ult farmed up, but they somehow kill Pomp. Reaver just riding her. And Blood could maybe get an ult. He gets a solo ult onto QO. Booze could do something here. He will get 1 kill, but he's just going to go down to the fire arrow there. And there's nothing Blood Assassin can do. Yeah, Dizzler even getting the arrow during the stealth pretty fast. So that's game 1 there. Ooh, almost spoiled. Alright, so game 2 ends up being on the same map. And they pick almost the same heroes. The range are the only people to make any changes. I'm guessing Booze picked earlier. Picked earlier than Dizzler. What I'm guessing happened here is Booze picked before Dizzler did. And Dizzler decided, I want to go Nomad so I can use it against both the Ranid and the Igniter. Not a bad idea at all. Blood Assassin shooting out some blow darts, X Strike, and M1 gonna be off the mark, but they do get the tornado onto Booze while he just cancels his living flame right during it. He tries to get someone on the rune from that volcano, but not gonna really do much. X Strike coming through from Dizzler, not doing much either. He uses haste though, and they're not gonna go on him, but they get a really nice stun into volcano, into meteor, onto QO, and now he has his he actually uses deadly EX inject onto Booze, does some decent damage. But he still took a lot more, and actually Dizzler is DCing, so I'm not sure what's going to go on here. It looks like he's coming back. QO's in a lot of trouble though. Double Venom coming up from Blood Assassin, and yeah, he goes down as well, Dizzler. Still has higher total than the Reaver though. To be fair, you could argue that if he had been in the game, then maybe Reaver could have came back. Alright, round 2. Nice grappling chain onto Booz. Spaces forward. No parry on Bo though. Gets frost sharded. Still, Booz standing too close is the problem. He can't really tank the Reaver, and a really big X-Strike comes in. Blood Assassin is going to dodge that Deadly Inject explosion, so he's not going to take too much damage. But Bo gets knocked away after I think his space was casted. Ult coming out from Dizzler though is doing a lot of damage. Goo onto Critster as well. He has Guardian Spirit. He's going to swap Dizzler to get himself out of the goo. He's in a lot of trouble though. It does have other side, so he gets out. That volcano almost doing something, but there's a barrier, and Dizzler ends up killing off the Pomp after the other side. Guardian Spirit had just ran out, and he uses a Boomerang Fury or a Boomerang Storm to kill him off. Kyo popping his haste, try to get away. Doing too much Dota casting, calling that shit a haste. Popping his Surgens. Back in my day, haste meant increased cast speed. Nice someone between the leaps on the Ranid. And I should say something here about the lag. The players in this tournament were lagging pretty much the entire time. Like, everyone had a lagger because everyone logged in to play it, and the BLC servers are so small that actually lagged everyone. Anyway, Blood Assassin gets other sided between his leaps, does get the rune. Anyway, he's got a lot of energy farmed up, landed all of his blow darts. Doesn't get the stun though, stunned a little bit too early. And it might not matter. Bo is pretty low. This ult is so early that as long as he lands it, he can go for a double here. He had him lined up for a second, but he didn't go for it. He just needs the ult already. That is going to be a problem. He's just going to go for a single onto the Alk, and that's not exactly what he wants to do. Nice clarity on Blood's stealth. They almost get a knockback into the volcano, but the grappling chain is just enough to pull him out of it. And with that collapse, Dizzler and Bo end up getting the kill on the Pomp. Goo comes out. QO farmed it off of the Ranid here and throws it out onto the Igniter. 2-1. Really nice round by Worm. Blood Assassin did make some major mistakes, I'd say. Not getting a double ult. He had him lined up for a second there, but he didn't wait for it. The Reaver and the Alk were lining themselves up, and then after that he wanted to ult something, so he just ults the Alk. It wasn't the time to do it, I don't think. I think he still needed to wait. Nice volcano onto Bo's kicks. Goes for grappling chain, ends up missing. Has his parry though, so he's gonna hit 3 parries right there on the blow darts and 1 on the Igniter M1. He's trading M1s with Blood Assassin. Nice read on the stealth by Huo once again. He just knows when the Ranid's gonna do it. Ranid needs to think a little bit more about when he's stealthing, because the Alk is reading him a little bit too hard. Boomerang Fury farmed up by Dizzler here. Critster in goo, and he gets windstruck while he's in the goo. Guardian Spirited, but still in the goo, and interrupted on his M2, so he just goes down in that. And that was a pretty fierce read coming out from Dizzler. He gets the energy, grabs the rune, and just pops the Boomerang Fury right in time onto Critster. Not gonna save it, not gonna hold on to it. Probably knew that Critster had nothing at that moment to deal with it. I certainly didn't know he had nothing to deal with it. But Dizzler's on his game right now. And Pomp goes down really easy. The goo farmed up by Alk was just the cherry on top. I guess the wind strike in the goo was really the cherry on top. That was what ended up getting the kill. Bo getting a nice in. Deadly inject onto Blood, but he gets it other sided off. Tornado onto Critster though, so Blood has to be careful. He has no outs after this really. He's 1v1ing Bo forward right now though, and it's not going it's too bad for him. Firestorm not going to land on Dizzler, but does land on Bo. Venom as well on Bo and Kyo, and nice meteor by Booz there. Landing it, really assuring nothing can happen for Worm to come back. I think that might have just been a dispel on the barrier too right there. Not sure though. Everyone's lagging. I think it tells you if they have recent, but 3-2 the score. Cold looking to play it back. Nice grappling chain onto Blood. Gets slept, gets a stun into a volcano. Very nicely done. They break the barrier pretty fast. Firestorm on Dizzler as well, so he's taking some damage here. During his haste, Blood Assassin does fight for the rune. He gets it, but he loses a lot of HP. Gets spaced on as well. Parry. A lot of stuff hitting him. Tornado onto crits there while Blood is still low, and Boo's so close to getting hit by that EX kick. It really would have been bad if he got hit by it, but he doesn't, and he knocks Bo away. Triple ult coming out from Blood Assassin though, and a double ult from Boo's. Follow it up. Dizzler does have his own, and he's gonna pop it onto Pomp here. He always gets it onto Pomp. Lands an X strike as well. Dizzler's kind of playing out of his mind in this one. And Boo's top TPS, but his teammates are dead. Hit with Instant Inject, another M1 from QO. This is actually a pretty good game right here. I kind of wish I casted these earlier when they were fresh. I'm gonna have to cast like every single game again, I think, that I have. Blood Assassin slept up. Weaken onto Boo's. X-Strike as well. Kick coming out from Bo. Lands a parry. Tornado onto Blood as well. Rune spawns. Boo's is gonna take it, and Blood Assassin tries to take it too. Other side onto Blood. He doesn't get hit by the clarity, so gets a free stun. Gets triple dart. Meanwhile, though, Critster once again getting blown up by these warm DPS. Blocks the grappling chain. Hit by Boomerang Storm. Has to be careful. Double ult coming out from Blood Assassin though. Tries to leap onto Dizzler. Gets hit by X Strike and space in. Double ult from Boo's coming out. Stun onto Bo. And Critster's gonna get the final, or get the last hit with the Guardian Spirit. M1s. Kill off Alk as well. She had her goo, but nicely done. Cold did cheat on one of the. It's actually not cheating. In this tournament, there was a rule that if someone DCs or they lag out or whatever, it's just up to the players. Like, it's up to the people playing to decide what happens. So basically it means you can BM them if you want. If you want to kill them, you can. If you want to wait, you can. Tornado into Boo's while he's casting his Firestorm. Blood Assassin trying to get a stun, but he gets the other side right when he's about to get it, I think. Dizzler does get the rune. Look how fast that ult is, and he's still M1ing the Ranid. Has him so low. Gets an X-Strike, lands on one, and a big meteor onto two of them, and Boomerang Fury onto Critster. He had no other side. Use it on the Ranid. Gets grappling chained and M1 down by Beaufort, and that's going to be... oh, I never changed the map before. Whoops, I'll change it right now. That's going to be 2-0. Actually, it totally wasn't at all. They were going for a playback. I'm so bad. Whoops. Yeah, that was a pretty good game, though. I think this was in the lower bracket, or maybe it wasn't. I'm not sure. But okay, so there was that game. I'm gonna go do another one now.